checking for a Medicus egg. Kissing yan. Oh my God. Oh, Jehovah. Can I kiss for the sapa?
Are you available for me? It's okay.
I can't be available.
You can send through your CVs, guys. Right on the spot. She's not available.
Let's have a single minute.
It's a little hook up. Hey guys, welcome to Western Podcast with the twins Nale OC today from Motlhakeng. Usually Clerah or also Algo guys Nale OC Clerah Sethole.
Hi.
Okay.
The twins. Come on, I'm going to twins.
Yo, my twins. My sister. Welcome to Western Podcast with the twins. Today we're doing a few episodes in one, at least today.
Oh, I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
So
I'm blessed.
So I say that for sure
Oh, I'm blessed.
It's a good about Clerah. I'm coming. For what was happening or if just a bit of introduction about yourself.
Okay. I'm Clerah Sethole. I'm a mother, I'm a sister, I'm a lover, I'm a friend. I'm a managing director and co-founder of an organization called Exclusively Inclusive. I'm someone who believes more, on young people, capabilities of young people, and making sure we're able to activate passion yabacha. I'm just one person that you will always find amongst young people advocating for the issues that most affect them. Yeah. So bringing sharp fere grand nake ngwana wa Moramfanteng, and then ke tsaletswe ko Leratong teng mo ka stop, and then later on relocated to Kutzong, and then I think high school, I started in a teenager, then I came back, into my parents more Moramfanteng, and then we relocated to Motlhakeng. So I'm a product of Kutzong le Motlhakeng.
Okay, Carltonville, maybe your teenagehood there.
Yeah,
your childhood.
My childhood there, and then relocated teenage, adulthood this side.
So, your upbringing in the area?
I grew up as the only child. My parents, no more. I am never going back there again. It's one child of God, and she will see to finish. So my upbringing was nice. I was the second eldest grandchild. It was also nice. So in a household, so I see the advantage of especially if one first born, you kill nothing very because when I want our first born, and when I want because it was my late eldest brother. So in a very warm family, 5489. It was very nice. It's still nice. The grandparents, your aunties, your uncle. I've always been a child. I've always been playful. I've always been talkative. You would know if I'm not saying anything or something connect the off up. So something is not adding up. So I've always been a very vocal child. Yeah.
So according, like for someone who doesn't know the organization, can you at least maybe elaborate what is it all about? What do you do in the organization?
So Exclusively Inclusive Foundation is an organization that advocates for children with learning disabilities, ADHD and dyslexia. So what we do is have awareness campaigns, provide training and do workshop as well. So what we do is we go into communities and educate them about ADHD and dyslexia, because we have realized in our black communities predominantly, it's an invisible monster. It's something alien, but because regarding ST slow learner, we know, all of us, I think we have the experience of someone we knew go scale and a slow learner. But in the result, and like disability or white kids or because a lot of parents find themselves in a position understandably, because havana information on frustrated the parent. Imagine on three and only one or different thing. You understand? We are both thinking how to information or you go to school. As an educator who studied education, what are you doing about you know, and even in our communities for it, slow, what is it that I can do? So we said, no man, are offering the awareness campaign, let's educate them about learning disabilities. Are and train educators on learning disabilities. Are as well, and call in parents for it. Symptoms of ADHD and dyslexia. Let us help you along with the educator to create an inclusive environment because we believe for every child, regardless of whether you are physically disabled, intellectually disabled, you deserve an opportunity for go school and do something, you know, because every child on a talent, on a skill. Let's use your incapabilities to enable you to be something.
I know issue with straight. Someone would ask why specifically choose to focus on that disability.
So I worked for the Department of Education. I think it was for 3 years. I was a learner support agent for the Department of Education. So I want to interact with different problem. And the problem is grade 10. And why could you go to high school? That's a grade 10. It's because diagnosis, progress. But diagnosis from primary, primary, and unfortunately, grade 10, we stop nonsense.
There's no pass.
I pass one, pass all. Science, agriculture, history, so I was like, clearly there's a problem here. Until one day, a former colleague of mine, Memako, said, grade 10. I did not understand what you mean until I said that for real so I put up Mari all along push let's say you're an educator. When I like as an educator who push how do you get to understand that. So it had to be there has to be something I can do. Because how regular a department that you are limited, you can only do to a certain extent. Okay. So I was like, I think I need to leave work and focus primarily on learning disabilities. Yeah.
So how you've been like with the education department? You mean as an educator or
no, as a learner support agent?
Learner support agent. Yeah. So from go Carltonville, then in terms of education, how far? Where are you?
So I'm only studying public management now. I've always had the mentality wherever I'm going to be qualification is not going to be part of anything that puts me anywhere. I'm going to build my reputation, to go build up my profile, a brand for people to understand what is it that I'm doing. Because a lot of us as young people, I think our biggest misconception is get a qualification, get a job, and live comfortably. It does not work like that. Unfortunately, times have changed. You need to find your place, your purpose. What is it that I can do, and how can I utilize what I do, and how can I make money? You know, and look at the people in your circle as well. Who are the people that I can call and say, yo, I need 1, 2, 3. You can't just study a qualification because you see a qualification and you're studying. You'll be unemployed for a very long time. For years.
Yeah.
Well, understand. So now because I'm back at school, someone asked me a question, but why are you studying public management? It's like, I'm studying public management because I'm in education and I've been in civic education. So for me finding a job, it would not be a problem because already I know people who are in public management. Well, understand. I have references of people that I can call. I now have a qualification. Okay, what can I do now? Sort me out. But for you to be spontaneous, like, hey, become accounting. Become accounting.
And how many?
How many are still? So, unfortunately, whether we like it or not, it's all about connection. Whether you want to agree, it's all about everywhere. And I was saying to a group of young people, go AB gore lona ga re connection le na gana re connection ya go patela jo. No. Social capital. Who do you know? What can they do for you and what can I do for them? I understand. So I Clerah ke le khozi na ke le khozi ngwane so sampana ke le yana.
You are a hustler.
I'm a hustler of nerves.
Also Carlton V.
Ke ngwana go khutsong 2499 mdeso. I really believe in Marilyn Zasta standard. Ntomo le mo tshwantsho foster. How class of foster ka so ga ke tla.
Plus le fasile re phela mo lone no, especially South Africa is very tricky.
It's very tricky. Ha gona manual mo South Africa.
Now
we swere style says digital.
Ntomo le mo idula it transform, it transition. So you can't be in one space and be comfortable. You need to move with the times. Yeah.
So your organization, like, do you have branches or it's only one branch where you stay? And how do you maneuver, like reaching out to other schools? Maybe some of them, because I know one family of which I can't mention it, but we'll do it after behind cameras. So like Babangwe, they can't even get assistance to find out a mother is struggling, she's only a mother and a father at the same time. So how do you deal with those situations and how do you reach out? Because restaurant, I think, is broader.
Restaurant is big. So what we do is, when I branches in two, when I branch in one and we have another branch called Durban, called Chatsworth. So what normally happens when a parent reaches out to us, instead of focusing on one parent, we either focus on the community or the school. So how the parent they communicate alone, we go to the school and say a parent has reached out. So clearly if one parent has reached out from this particular school, there's a problem in this particular school. So as a principal or SBST coordinator, can you allow us to come into your school and offer training for the educators or workshop for the parents so that we can come together as parents, progressive. If they come back into our community, we can say as a counselor, if you want to raise awareness on learning disabilities, can you call a community meeting fair? The parents affected. Let's educate them about these issues, share contact details, and then get in contact with the school within the communities to make sure there's a cycle. Because creating an inclusive environment is about building a linkage. Somewhere. Because leakage was somewhere. So if we connect the community, we connect the parent, the school, the churches, the clinics, information has to be accessible regardless of thing, because learning disabilities affect everyone regardless of a taxi driver, maybe I went to school because we no struggle at school. You understand? Nurse, una longwana, mara khona information because nurse. Una longwana una le problem mara a witse o ye guy o moruti gona le bana ba mo kerekeng ba na le problem e mara lwana witse go ye guy. So we need to be able to create a database of leaders within our communities but la khona go kwala di gap all over.
Oh, I know that Spanish is top. Ke mokgereze la mutla wa kgereze. Guys, you still watching Western podcast with the twins and ale Clerah Sethole. Spanish ke sa lenyalo go tsagala.
I know it's shaking for now, but this was I know it's shaking for now, but this was kissing y'all. Oh my God. Oh Jehovah. Papa. And that's a
Are available Spanish?
I can't be available.
You can send through your CVs, guys.
Right on the spot. She's not available.
Let's single and mingle.
No, guys, Clerah Sethole, she's doing a lot for communities, and has to everywhere. I'm talking about now. What challenges those kids are facing within the space, and all that, and how are you helping them to overcome those challenges?
So the biggest challenge bana learning disabilities bana confidence. So the biggest challenge is confidence. Imagine if one go school for the sake of school, but imagine waking up every day and there's absolutely no one who understands what I'm doing.
Just because
who I school because the parent take so parent take single mother. So one school for the sake of Kopakwa school because Kuba school. Futako school and the educator understand learner Otanda head stupid or dumb. I say I see a guy who's going to understand what I'm going through. Understand? So the biggest challenge is that. The second one is referral process at the Department of Education. I had a biggest argument with someone. The Department of Education fails. I'm not going to sugarcoat. Sugarcoat anything. Let's not sugarcoat things. The reason why we have so many problems in South Africa is because we need to say it as it is. The Department of Education fails and continues to fail. It's okay for you to say Mahona is special needs school. But how sure are you for the special needs school, for example, Mo Western? Are they enough?
Yeah, that's a department.
One understand? Are you okay? Okay, full service school. You could tell for it mainstream. Accommodate do you think when I go office as minister or MC education it's enough? For the fact that it means it's not enough. For the fact that leaking information that is readily available for someone who understands the issues it means it is not enough. For the fact that educators are not undergoing training, I give we get training understand? There needs to be intense regular training for educators. Learning disabilities are an invincible monster that is within our black community. Whether we like it or not, one of the problems until someone ke gone tlo bona gore mara problem e khale e le teng and re di family mo strateng sa o itse gore batho ba tlogele bo botle a ba fetsa school.
And in black communities, we are mocking those people.
Exactly.
They are dumb,
But
such things,
understand.
not knowing what they're experiencing some challenges. They don't themselves about it. There's no information.
There's no information. So imagine mama go kene le mama ga ngwana o ka mitse bele o do. We ga kena o se no tropa pele o do. Ke gore re ba ka fela re ba taglosa ka ntwibana o do. But no one is sitting down and saying, but what is the problem? And for the fact that we have so many families within our communities, it means the government is not doing enough. Well, understand? There has to be intense training. These are some of the issues that I was saying to someone. I'm not saying issue of the sanitary pads as a problem. I'm not saying as a problem. Mari, I'm saying there are bigger problems than sanitary pads. Because sanitary pads, when we're looking at learning disabilities, we're looking at the boy and the girl. It's complex. We're talking about issues that affect everyone. We can't always be dealing with the scary problem at say one. We can't replace the NGO say 10. Sanitary pads.
This thing is stressing.
And that thing is very simple.
It's very simple. It's very simple. Okay,
and how many
organizations and individuals and even public servants can depend every now and then.
I was interviewing one of the ladies. She's a lady. She's advocating for the access for young people, access in the primary health care. So, do you think government is doing enough now in terms of they don't bring sanitary pads, yes. And also there are programs in order to focus on the girl child and women. What about
the boy? And the biggest problem, whether we like it or not, is the boy child. Because a lot of these boys Khaba batla mentorship ya ga go strateng o lo kra pratiki le kenza prakipi wa rape prakipi ke womanizer prakipi ngwana o ke sakele A1 ka mo ona le learning disabilities mama understand the control papa hayo mama ke single parent o dula le stepfather ona le dibana ba kwa bone ba 7 ba depend on. So we need to be able to focus on something other than the problems that are identified. Already the MEC knows pets.
Everyone
knows. Everyone knows. The world knows about the pets. But if we were to sit down and see challenges within the education space, Kimang advocate them for the challenges still. There's like count
few.
There's only a few.
And that few is not getting necessary resources.
We are not.
Funds.
We are not. When it comes to learning disabilities, now I was saying to someone and my team, we are where we are because of private funding. Don't come to me and say the government has.
So government is not doing anything.
No. Now this organization is where it is because of foundations and public figures like Trevor Noah. The Department of Education
So are you trying to say you don't have sponsorships, partnerships from the department?
No.
Wow.
So everything and anything that you see within the organization, you need to know it's private. Those are individuals who do it privately. The shelters are born, which is even now. There's a gap. Within the organization, there's an organization and there's a company, the EdTech company. We say to educators, if we just go along with education, the least you can do is capacitate yourself with further skills so that you are able to do something about it. That training is 650. Or train as an educator, when I was on learning disability, teacher principal o tla go bolela budget magadi go di kwalwa o tla bona prai e ba yetsa
ka chelete
a lot of money
ka chelete
exactly o ga go re ka beresa dula fast ga go ke principal a retseng fundraising go sekolong ga re bone go re ka resa bokae whatever amount re yetsa mara let's work together
and you find out these challenges, that disability, you find out maybe each school it's not more than bana ba leng hore ba fiwa di-pads.
No.
So if
Never.
we do fundraisings and we do programs,
Mo botlhe ba ka
you will help
kry-
everyone.
all of them.
And this thing, I believe le dikolo di kry budget,
Hey.
annual budget.
A se ntho go ka
And not only share, like, ke tswa ko Brandfley, go ithuteng.
Le ke se ka
Brandfley, go ithuteng.
le
We went to Brandfley Primary, then ke rona re butse sekolo sena. And it's
o santse le hlathi ele.
Santsane le se ga before
Sepaseng.
development tse. And santsane ile sekolo by then.
Eh.
Yeah, santsane le
Education
sekolo.
was still in education. That's
Santsane
why.
le sekolo. But
Not
now,
now, it's-
ke yizo there.
Yeah, it's
It's mainly some of the issues is because of these issues.
Hey.
Or some kids they are not progressive in classes,
o frustrate ma teacher.
so but they become a problem for school.
So, like, are you worried the department only or also the school leaders, your principal, SGBs? Because of, I believe if those leaders were doing their job, because I was share grade 10, basta, grade class 5. And do you think our leaders, the principals, the SGBs, they're not doing enough because of it's piling up and it affects the performance at school?
They're not doing enough.
What do you think should be done?
Wait, go na le this thing e ka camera ke batla go ba shebe bila ka go na le this thing.
Yeah.
We worked with Wabana Rafonten Secondary.
Yeah.
Rafonten Secondary is one of the schools that look. I don't remember even calling or texting 5 million.
Yeah.
The principal progressive. We understand that the issues tsa community before atlam mo sekolong the challenges tsa school. What to understand the challenges tsa the community. Gore re dila ka community e ya fa. Go o ka re go tukom the parents ba ya mare at the end of the day they all want what's best for bana ba bona. La o ka re meeting e ka 5:30. Hey, the parents
Is it a private school?
it's a public school.
Public school.
Go la o ka re meeting e ka 5:30 ona kana go di parents a di tlotla. Parents are going to be there. Wa understand o mona go me o tswa mosebetsing mara o feel le gore I need to knock off ka for go ke khona go mathela workshop ke dule fatso because I need to understand go ngwana ke bothata ba ge ke eng. But our biggest challenge go dikolo tsa go makeishening le rata dilo tsa mahala ke batla go le blella
Three things.
le rata dilo tsa mahala ke eng how caution about
How is that?
how ba caution gore o ba caution gore nthe ke tlo e buang ka itse tlole lo ka chesta go siam ke chesta at the end of the day communicationing le rata dilo tsa mahala and communicationing a lot most I'm not generalizing anything le teng nka nna tsa the way bosang ka teng communicationing the reason why le sa batle bana ba rona ba kena communicationing ba kire such training is because bana ba lona ba kena communicationing
Hey, my educators, ne?
educators.
Oh, well,
The reason why o sa batle bana ba rona ba communicationing ba develop is because bone bana ba bone ba develop. One understand?
But then the dikolo tse le hore they are specialized.
Exactly. And not a khona go afford, which is wrong.
And sometimes we can look at not class a teacher, maybe a booster, and you now can say homework and all that.
Now I get what pass. Why are we doing education if that's the type of mentality that you have? You na rona ga khotse ka gore an educator is your local parent.
Yeah.
How local skolong ke mama ke papa. One understand? And the same treatment eke grand go gae. Ke expect go teachering. You can't oshebe I give for example go skolong sa go ona di classe tse 9 grade 10. Child of God, make me understand. Don't you think there's a problem?
And you find out some schools every year the budget they're
Who
building
the
more
budget?
classes.
My
They're
guy.
building more classes for the same problem.
Hello.
Why?
Why are you not taking that money to sort out the problem?
So when I as an educator, o rata bona di class 9
No.
we tumela gore re na di class 9 tsa grade 10 how ba tlo go bona bana ba ya somewhere one understand are we not tired of like as an educator do you not get tired go bona ngwana tsuba nyaope o apaka kolong one understand and wa itse go ngwana o bothata ba gekeng
and o kra ngwana a le bright but just because of that challenge ke yone maybe tsa gore a ska focus
so when you're child of God, you're very comfortable. When ngwana go go ribe grant again, it's fine. Ngwana go go ribe grant. Mare mo budgeting ya skolo, the if Department of Education mo budgeting, ha e tlo le shoutela petty cash gore le rekile di KFC say 89 ka meeting wa SGB.
Why don't shoutela for hey mara ne to reason issue may very important how ya go bona go dikolong go tsa bana go tsa something like your program educational program so obviously it is a leadership skills and it will enhance or improve the life ya ma teacher le bana mo sekolo mara o kre ba complain ba mara na budget mara ka December
and ba se shorta ke chota government
ke bana ba
and bana ba aba fitele 100 go kare bana ba training e ba ka or teacher mo gona le what we call the SBST coordinators SBST coordinators they undergo this training but the training is not intense enough
and it's not doing enough
as an educator now I believe as a principal ke go fela a ke principal le rapele ke sanna principal
change
principal will get understatement the ABC of education change all of you because as an educator I believe you need to get calling as a leader over SBST coordinator mo teaming league let's start there Bible teaming I want to buy a Bible training one understand and then baba fatsa training the rest reclamaria can biki until because even though teacher o ruta mess a ke go dula le ngwana o mo tlase
ka go kopantsha dipalo
wa understand go kopantsha dipalo na go ngwana o na le dyscalculia o ba ngwana o domo eng
o sa
mo diagnose ngwana o tswa ko primary assessment de tswa ka first term ka January ne bana ba ikhutswa di special needs analysis ne go tsi go se e tsala go pala educational psychologist go na le session a shebe special needs analysis a bona go normal ngwana o na le bothata bo solo parent tlatse di form a tlatse di form parent wait parent o tlo gona go tlatsa di form from grade 3 until grade 7
tsa di form
ka go blella ngwana ba high school
ene go
a betsa form parent e tlatsa form a ye sekolong gore setse di educators di meet a kena ka gate gore ke mama ga mama so lona as parent as the educator ha le shebile mme o anna wa ri go ngwana ke salla go morago bathong letse and it's not nice go bona ngwana ke salla go morago and it's not nice go bona ngwana ke o frustrated and le nna as a parent a ke rata go nna frustrated mo ngwaneng and ke a se go ke frustrated because ke khatlo ke go nna frustrated mo ngwaneng le nna a ke itse ke metseng like a ke itse and then wa understand ke nagana gore ngwana o tlo kra batho bana le di degree ganta le na di degree or santse le go tega di teaching certificate tsa 1985
maybe the reason why that's the reason why they're not educating themselves got the problems today so and my question is like on your organization why don't you think maybe you should indulge even the principal before the educators or must understand the problem the programs then the benefit I think maybe if you can indulge the principal by they care more about their schools maybe the program can go far.
What is it that you're interested in a program? One special needs school. Because King Sandile Primary School go Begesta. Full service school. The last time I engaged the principal, where's the principal ole wana ha go the principal in ngondo understand go community ya ka e dila ga problem tsa so ke na le bana ba so o khona le go name go ngwana o so o yang ngwana o so o yang wa understand it's she's a principal or in touch le di problem tsa sekolo sa gaga wa understand and ha depend mo department day
Next.
gore ke emetse department e ba trine no what is it that we're doing as educators when as an what number one why did you study education gone how fetsa go kra mosebetsi one krile mosebetsi for the sake of ke krile mosebetsi ke comfortable ke krile mosebetsi wa understand o krile mosebetsi and you are working towards go change maphelo a bana
So do you think maybe is that saying ya gore no most of people ba leng gore ba bereka professional is assess Spanish le gore ke passion ya bona just for gore I register this service ke push
shame a lot of them ba bona gore motho o kene mo teaching because the APS magare e ritse education aba study education o khona bona le ka treatment e ba tshwarang bana ka yone gore motho o go bua fela nnete shame child of God. You are meant to work in a vet with animals because there is no way ngwana a ka tlhola ke something mo tlaseng o go tlatla
you are adding on emotional.
Well, understand that child is already going through a lot emotionally and mentally. It's a lot to take in for one. So when I was ke mo se tlhaloganyeng fa ke leng ke tlhalosa fana o ga ya
to the length of gore tshwana la buta go na tsena
ene ba itsa ke tshwana la buta go mare ba kwa thoba khale ba domo ene ke ne ke kena le mama go class le mama go le
tshwana le wena fela
wa understand aba gatana le papa go lena le slow lena
so mo gane like how sa
building one o focus mo go mo besheng because as a lot of educators I get generalized la o ka etsa ka chest ke ya gago TB e tla tshwagala na miska tna ke fresh. So when as an educator you need to be able to now I believe educators need to be able to agabana. Now the educators my fondest memory of an educator Mr. Monso I don't know if you know this.
I don't
lona le di over
ena re dule ke the giant ke bo tlhale
tlhalana le teng sa tse ke mo ana la busy binyana tlhale ka mollo tupa bona re shapilwe yo corporal punishment masike totally great malempane totally tapo yeah yo alona le veteran
there's this issue I think we need to touch on now from my side I feel like the quality are in the farms or rural especially more because we are in the rural places or farms they neglected department is not doing enough and there's this issue we had one of the top performer Lena it's a girl I think if you're Arsabika you won't be doing justice she's a foreigner she's from Lesotho all along it's in the primary it's in around I am going today
ke man
ke Lekhabisa
2000 ma
last year
yeah passed when the matric last year then like and she's a top performer but about a challenge all along Tonza Agra Bazari and all that I go Tonza Agra Bazari you're a foreigner
so she's not South African
you're not South African
she's not South African by birth or she's not South African
by birth but all I don't tell me like temporary or something a payment like the local school no now because of push school because of but MEC and all that but go school this year but how to share the visit it was not about her they were just saying cargo and all that about to address the issue I'm like I want to go to school and all that so to the extent that I know even the I don't know the most painful ways from the deputy principal I don't know the words from that man in the foreigner So your bursary refill another one. So we all along to enjoy the benefits of South Africans. So what's your take on that? Ngwana Udusi currently is not doing anything because of that.
First, we need to establish: is she not South African by birth?
Yeah.
So we started to Lesotho, and then about South Africa. Documentation.
Because I don't know, inta ko primary utsena school develop something like that for ngwana khona tsena school even le go ithuteng the very same thing.
But my question is, I don't know how systems are South Africa develop. Obviously, utsena high school, your names and everything, they are in the Department of Education. So how do you allow a foreigner to finish school then at the end? That person can progress to university, but she's been studying or he's been studying here.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
Well, you see, I think a lot of these issues are happening in South Africa. The injustices of bana baikele school and then gobotu ngwana ke foreigner or documentation at the later stage motho wanna so stop it from the onset. I mean, if you're applying constitutional rights a motho are already covering on all bases. If you're saying someone is they're not South African, most stop everything as I just said, so that they go back to the country of their origin. So I think this case about Jane.
Yeah, I think you need to come on board,
because this needs someone onale o thaitile onale wait ga tlo bua go utlwale because rona shem re na le tsa rona di tlowela mo metsing di batla a parliament member of the parliament I address sentle I investigate I go sekolong a le botsa go gante what happened wa ngwana Ariana and then when I menyere wa Oriana
and are because of in the painful because of keep principal wow sorry I'm a foreign I've been enjoying and are one of the things that happen school say that because of my
disaster tsa ga and foreign
at the end and so there are some people who are the like politicians who came and promised her or we will take you to school out of our own pockets. But
those ones are liars.
But they're not honoring their promise.
When you talk about wabana yo I said wabana when you talk about politicians politicians now I for one now seniors helped me a lot of times. That one comes out of Vumbu Kaus she makes sure
the portfolio
understand there are politicians who will come to people and one of those politicians are keep on the banking and the politicians with the big paint and a lot of them are from the leading party. Am I like?
That's true.
A lot of them are from the leading part. The last time I wanted to contact the MEC Education. I get to maybe go to the school. It's fine. Give the contact details say MEC Education. Maybe like can I give the email address Minister Education and then that person said no ke tla go fa sa MEC ke tsi PA ya MEC ne mare gore ke go fa di details tsa
this person
tshantse o unshebe child of God, are you not a leader? Imagine if I were to screenshot these conversations. For context and for a program that is going to benefit bana. Luena only ANC for parliamenting o tla khona go breka gore understand no now I spearheaded a project very important that hasn't been done properly before. More western. Yo,
connect Hey.
Yo, hey, no.
Karika eng tsalana.
Hey.
Ke na le bokae? A ke re lona tshwantse o connecte.
Yeah.
Go ga ke kgona o bo kgona go bua gore ke tlo connecta. A ke re ke go connect.
Yeah.
Ya tla ya ge ke collect. Mara batho ba batla di connection. Ba maaka. A lot of politicians are lying.
And we know the guy. Like by then, his role it was influential. Mama.
Why wanna assist?
But that didn't happen. Next. Mwana no stressed.
South Africa. I feel like this GNU thing will do us good.
Do you think it will bring the change?
It will bring a lot of change. Because now I feel like a lot of these leaders, especially, they're no longer the leading party. The people of Spokane, a lot of these a lot of them, I feel like they needed someone or individuals question who will hold them accountable. I hope Steve I hope Steve is a PS3 the makeup kit you got the PlayStation the understand Kenzie give up Mama
too much.
If we the team is travel. If we were to be consistent in that department, now leaders hold each other accountable. So report every quarter. We sit down and say, Wednesday. And we want to see what you did. How do you stadium go So I want to know this GNU is going to hold them accountable because now they are forced to work for people. Because if kita mwana ole ANC want to come like it like Peter
Peter will make sure.
Because like let's work together. Let's see what we can do. So I believe I'm just worried. The Minister of Education, I'm really worried.
So now, going back to your foundation, Remo West Rand. Normally, we talk about the MBs or the events on the ground level. Young people are not coming to offices, and all that. So more West Rand municipalities and all that. I've got still to tell them, but I want to hear from your side. Do you get any help towards your?
But about Lambara
West Rand.
How?
I wasn't even not that I do it out of the goodness of my heart if I'm assisting. Within my organization, we depend on donors and private funding. And as I don't know.
So you feel like the municipality is not doing enough in terms of young people? Because youth desk, but we don't see those programs.
Youth desk is too,
Really?
But there's always a but. I feel like more budgeting, anything that happens within municipality, please fund youth desk. Make sure youth desk they are well resourced because get your net desk I believe in everywhere in restaurant.
Exactly.
If you want to event kilo bona esa nna ntho gore ba struggle ba tlo struggle ke batla go buka hall ke ya go desk ba tlo struggle esa nna ntho le gore go shota eng. If it's for young people, give those young people resources so that kindly youth desk they're able to come back to young people and say batho renale english do understand no yana ke party team ya yeah, there's a kidney stakeholders that different Western. So how an event day, for example, can an event and so because we collaborate and repeat a relationship, I come to some better, I come to some happen, people understand.
Yeah.
So I think it is, yeah, bereka mara parts. I wanna with money, I feel like when I have a budget, then budget.
Something will change.
Well, understand buffer budget, then live on the organization, this is what we can do because unfortunately with young people, they need money, they need any resources. If you can event, my biggest one, keep catering. And I live with my friend the weekend on Friday.
And those guys, they don't understand support.
Well, understand. Imagine if as youth, my friend, let's build some sort of relationship level. Understand. So that they feel their team players with them.
And I think sometimes maybe we can do that. But I totally wait. Unless if someone from the department, maybe with or mayor or anything, I don't know, let me endorse a letter. Okay, this letter here, I'm recognizing these people, please help.
Who's the mayor?
Matafe from Mahales.
Don't I shut down?
How means?
What's a
How means?
One kid.
I don't think so. Okay, that's okay. Mahales.
Okay, we're only getting him another.
Yeah, no more. I know someone that woman.
Okay, I like that.
Let me skip as I think. Let's try to do this. So,
what's happening?
Because the youth that's I know I have to say it. The youth that's 3 years now. I think 4 years. Things are about to so that. Okra this lady, okra over who said from pillar to post, but I'm to you in charge. I've met this lady, Madam name and Master for sure. Yeah, that lady I've met her 3 times. I've documented more for emails, but you'll be surprised whether you follow up after a few days or few weeks. She's not picking up the calls. When you go WhatsApp, blue ticks. Email, it has been read, but nothing. So you put on, is it Batubana or budget and all that? Now I think these people are not taking it serious. They are not taking it serious.
Obviously, government is giving every municipality budget. So where is the money going?
So, and you can't be saying youth are at a good officing and resources, but when they come,
there's nothing to offer.
What are you trying to say?
You win.
It's weird.
Everybody
bad vibes.
And until Rona is you,
we work as a collective. Because now, you know my biggest problem with youth, Yamo Western.
Yeah.
I said to someone, the reason, now you're not going to come to me and say, I need to be grateful of the AIDS. What am I grateful for? No, child of God, listen. What am I grateful for?
Let's be honest.
But I did this thing at
But I don't even know that person.
Tinzwalo was created because of, despite of their failures. Despite of what we fail to do, at least this is what we can do. It can't be, we can't be citizens who are given the bare minimum because we can wait today. I must be grateful.
Why?
What am I being grateful for?
What have you done?
What have you done?
And what are you still doing?
What are you still doing? Let's start there. I'm shoving a lot of young people within our communities. Can you, as the the government really and honestly say we are proud of what is happening in South Africa? We can't be proud. And for the fact that there's been a mushrooming of so many political movements, it shows, it has shown before these people are power. Because a mushrooming of other political movements.
One or two.
But for the fact that their own people within the organization left, you have failed. There's a problem. That lady was EFF, the city who said it has become a norm. Yeah, it has become a norm for a 40-year-old man.
That statement.
And it's reality here. A lot of us in South Africa, it's normal. A 40-year-old man, and not for a hana skill. It's not a hana skill.
Opportunities are
the opportunities are the opportunities because all of them motho wa kwa bo go tswa tender in I choose I believe mo ba la tsitsa tlhake ke girlfriend ya teng mo le ke nyatsi mo le ke mama ga mama documentation I fitla go bona go mara batho ba itsane batho
nothing has been done.
So we can't say and you know, this is something that I always struggle with whenever I engage with politicians and they say I'm bitter. Yes, I'm a bitter young black person because I don't think I've benefited from the government. Or education, you know. Yes, education, but where I am because of Musabiti and your effort and my efforts and my hard work. I went to institutions to NYDA, but you guys don't comply. How many young people are going there?
And how many have complied?
How many have complied? Do you know how tedious it is? Every day.
It's man, that's how spend.
Get challenged. To some to spend it to direct the Oya Moto, Colombia, every for sure.
And enjoy confusion, better the program, see, but then the checklist,
SARS text clearance. Text clearance. I hold the letter in Motolo. Yes. Hold the letter. Go on to I pillar to post the Bandido or I tell you could be game.
Some of them will relatively something.
I understand. So now I always tell them, if you're going to come to me as a young person and say I need to be grateful, I want you to sit down and put where, at which part of my life am I supposed to say thank you when I ANC? Oh, ANC, you've done well so much. Oh, ANC, I cannot thank you because I am where I am because of my hard work and for individuals within one individual within the ANC who has helped me. And I am where I am because of private companies and private institutions. I respond, I comply, do 1, 2, 3, go to the public. I also like me and share. They will respond and they will assist, not because of the government.
So do you think, guys, but I think we need to talk about it, to address these things. Do you think there was this thing about Mochapaling and all that, do you think young people are ready to lead? Or do you think also they are there, they are ready, but the older ones are running from behind?
Mochapaling, yeah. Bomo Chapaling, Bagay. Honor necessary minister women youth disability. So when you summit the all of South Africa So, how are youth summiting? Imagine a global youth summit. South Africa. Moto tshwareng ke di-high blood re tshwere ke di-high blood mara high blood a rona ga ise so ga bona ba re mo Chapaleng a re shebe di-portfolios within the organization. How many young people are there? Blake Zimande unnecessary. I don't care. Bo Blake Zimande ka bana tse bona le diphando le bo Pegitene. Bo like I like we can say a lot about parties like EFF. Whenever they Malaba Ngozi said it is wrong to have a minister of agriculture like you 12. And it's wrong because someone was an agricultural science or environmental science young person. How plan degree? Grade 12. Grade 12. But like that's a and HC. Hey, head, who do you go to see? Who the post to I want people who have degrees and bachelors and diplomas and this and this. I don't like away. Like you that I work on because column. I wanna call because the minister said he will let column for a leader because heading a portfolio it's heavy. It's heavy. It's a demanding activity.
And it's useless. Like some of the posts. That is why rural unemployment thing. Once I post about grade 12, maybe then we need 5 years experience.
Hello.
Why would someone get 5 years experience?
What is that guy?
5 years
experience.
You're the same job.
How to get I'm worried about the Minister of Education, but Harper it's kudos because she's young.
Yeah, maybe something.
Well, I understand. Maybe
I'd say the challenge.
You know, as a young person, besides the fact that I come from DA, first I'm a young person, and I need to be able to engage with other young educators to say, what is the problem? Because even as a Minister of Education, you need to engage with young educators for it. There's a lot of conflict with Kolo. Why my teacher let's have an engagement. Understand? So give us happening when it suits you. So sometimes never chat more and
it's weird because of Baba Sansan of Parliament.
Stepping letter was Bamo Pali, who sent us Palama. So give us happening for Mussolini away, that will be bata. So Naka Pella Mussolini. Kilo bar, kinele bachelor's degree. When I grade 12, don't pass it away. No matter Usnayo. Come on, Toman Kibera away. Nakilus Polo, Mare Kiripotamoe.
And our address is like relevant issues.
So it can't be how much happening. I know much happening depending on
yeah, Sunday selected.
Sunday selected much happenings. I know much happening depending so. It's not only because you go to Hong Bashara, I can't much happening because Batosa work up rinking. About Funuke, Bashaba, the one never going to Falafa, the 65 February. Fala change the sign.
Guys, I very this has a schedule a Western podcast with the trees. Then boss lady one. Hasla. Matle. No, Rabona da ish. Anzi schedule kenzi research Can show notice yana fella. Rabona unso involved. Who clear over involved more programming Trevor Noah Foundation. And what are your achievements and your plans?
Oh, Trevor Noah, Daddy.
Kind of a comedian, but now, why focus? Why in the education space? What is it trying to achieve?
So, a disclaimer: I do not work for Clerah Foundation. Yeah. So, the reason why he focused on unale program at TNF at Clerah Foundation and the Education Change Makers, but no, is stopping them in South Africa is in Namibia, because he wanted to focus on education, primarily education, because he understands the biggest foundation, the most important foundation in a child's life is education.
Yeah.
How they're getting that education and how are we working to improve education system within where we are going. And I became a part of that program, but still the application and what? Yes, Trevor.
Oh wow.
What? Hi, let me apply, and then they called us. We were there for I think 3 or 4 weeks for the Education Change Makers. So the program, everyone who's in the education space, everyone who's within the education space, whether or educator or youth practitioner, whatever, within the education space. But what is the program that you have? The education checks in South Africa. Most calling for the problem is what is the program that you want to do, and do you think it will benefit the bana by most schools? And then we went. It was an intense 4 weeks of my entire life. So they partner with Young African Leaders Initiative, UNISA School of Business Leadership. So for 4 weeks, training school on how to ideation stage, ideation. How do you start this program? How do you pitch? Value proposition, the business that you want to open. And then, there were people from Madagascar, Comoros, Mauritius, Zimbabwe, Malawi, from SADC. And we had to pitch for grant. Clerah Foundation, and that's how we were involved, and I was selected on top 10 grant recipients.
From West Rand.
From West. Can I shop my English in that? What? Yes.
What are the issues today?
About learning disabilities, and I think with our cohort we were focusing a lot on that ADHD dyslexia. Clerah has ADHD. So I think it's something that is
close to him.
For it. It has to be something for it. It's a problem. He understands what happens to him. What happened to him individually. One understand. And with the people back and they did understand how important this is to him. Our problems of ADHD dyslexia. So we were given a grant to you had to explain so when I shut down our biggest issue was is a curriculum. Because whatever we do, currently couldn't paste the book. Google ADHD, the symptoms. There's a curriculum developer that we are working with on developing curriculum. So if we were to wake up outside because and research was done, and we were able to give case studies on this is what happened, this is what's happening, you understand? So it has helped a lot. I don't want to even the way the only beautiful. As soon as someone comes with that nonsense, you tell them, I am giving up a grant beneficiary at Clerah Foundation, they're like, okay, now I can listen.
And as soon as did you win award or you were nominated Mandela
Oh, Young Mandela.
Young Mandela.
That came as a surprise.
Oh.
Whoever nominated you, I love you.
Oh, I know.
I love you.
When the mirror was straight,
They love you
I
back.
love you. I love you so much because it came as a surprise. I think in the morning, the community email for the Young Mandela something was like Young Mandela. Email, they were like, no, here's a link. I was like, what? So it was a Young Mandela. So I was like, okay, I'm impressed. Yeah, I have quite a few achievements. 2023 top 100 influential young people in South Africa. Sunday Sun and Sun Hero.
Hey, but.
Hey, 90 days, man.
Future mayor, no?
MC education.
Changing logo. So, what are the future plans? Is that Clerah?
Oh, I want to get married, guys.
I get Hayimuto singing.
I get engaged. I'm really in bed. I'm going to show you
off market, guys.
Off the market. So the plans that I have for this year is to wait again. We want to be able to offer a training to every school educators, and I don't want us to go to them. We want them to see the problems that they have within the schools and come to us. I can't give a problem and a solution. I get in the police station. I have a gender-based violence. Thank you very much, child of God. So we want them to be able to come to us and say, look, we need training. We need. We are focusing on forming the partnership with the Department of Health as well. So that after clinic, we're able to, our people, our volunteers and workers will be able to come to the clinic and just engage them. Because that's why we go to the clinic, mix. Understand. So imagine and someone when Jaka already help talk with clinic, but like HIV everything. HIV
no.
HIV. I said we are only sympathetic to someone who got HIV from birth, or they were assaulted. Without protection, HIV. So we know. So let's try to. We are trying to form a partnership with the Department of Health. For someone got clinic, or to level so but so and the who give a bus flow. Amongst the parents, there's a lot, and some sort of support structure. Instead of so like a parent focused on school and dance I was school. I can't go to clinic office exclusively to say kids a key progress. So we are trying to form the partnership the Department of Education, obviously, the Department of Health, DSD, well, understand, so that information is readily available. This thing you have to dyslexia. What the
the sound of
and we are not blaming them because there's no information. So we're trying to form partnerships, long-term partnerships, where information will be readily available to all structures and all the departments. Please, we can never have enough money. I get it. Disband the organization is what's on a level for a pen. Marilevanch. Keep William. Kaiti, I'll let her complete Marilevanch. So, I focus, I focus more to learn the gore di-endorsiwe mo applicationeng ya rona gona le o ka tla ko gone o tshwere boxonyana ya dipene or ya ditsetse ya dikgayong bana bao ba etsang di-assessment ba need a pencil o need a crayon o need a rubber bagolo ne.
Please, guys.
So, for people who they don't know about the organization, how do they get reach of you, or how do they find information to reach out of the foundation?
Uganda wangu kula miskat.
Google Clerah,
Nakana wangu kula miskat. I get boyfriend tapa ke sa tlhageng e a o se she tla go Facebook friend.
I'll go to talk much.
Na boyfriend taka a o mpatla taka mo khona go mo Google. Wena girlfriend ta o tlhaga Facebook.
No, banga, tatamile check the profile pic or show. Banga.
No, I said. Na
kana girlfriend ta go na different account you find out.
Yo, kuna na 2018 ya 2009 what is ya go ni shekhala di active so people so mangwana
na muthaja kama 2 penalty now account to social media no.
So I can now Google my love you can Google for credibility for you to know that the person that overshadow organization they are credible. Can Google me Clerah Sethole sabana Clerah kan silika sabu fe CLERAH ke Sethole ka SE.SI Sethole not Sethole I get job Mazulu ne
and it's funny say bara say hey because
okay this is several substitute
so okay that's what I'm saying. You can also search me on LinkedIn. I use the same name on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter. It's Clerah Sethole. Huna Easter Bunny 91, Easter Bunny 69.
You are relevant.
I'm relevant, my darling. For my email address is still the same, setholeclerah@gmail.com. Cell phone numbers, just click on my Facebook account. When you get into details, my cell phone number, my email address, everything.
So your last words to young people, especially Mamanya.
Okay, for Wanawanyana, for a black doll, a black Macy. I don't think they tell you this enough, but you need to believe in yourself. I don't think they tell you enough that your biggest supporter is yourself. And if you're not kind to yourself, no one else will be kind to you. And you need to learn to surround yourself with individuals who see the light in you. And the light it's not making them uncomfortable. They are okay with how much you shine, and they're okay when now you're a big person or you're outspoken or however you are. Find peace in who you are. And number 2, find comfort in your boots. I wanted this thing of young girls trying to impress men. It's a problem. Is that the only person who will forever look at you and say I'm proud of you is you.
Only you.
Only you. The only person who is disappointed that it's you again. The only person who is in these struggles that you go through, it's you. So everything starts with you. So believe in yourself and surround yourself with people who will give you unsurmountable support, who will always be there to listen to you. And usakhatalla gore batho ba tla re a re philele bone a o philele batho miskat o iphelela gana ba re ga gafa re fetsa di matric re tsama mo strateng re tshoswa ke letsatsi ba sa tlhaloganye go kgotsagalang ka je ko ba re discuss le bo mama bone ba ba loi Because we're on TV, so if you have a dream, got something, it's not for other people to understand. It is none of their business. Group work, individual work.
Wow.
Focus on yourself.
Guys, you have said it. Anything more? And for me, now I've learned a lot, and I'm grateful to have been showered by this presence of this powerful and hustler lady. So I hope and I believe that everyone will be watching this, like you'll be learning more, and you'll be want to learn more, and you'll be want to engage again with the sister here. So for me, we'll see after this. We will work together. I believe so. Matle, Dango, hey.
Thank you so much for having my fabulous self on your podcast. This is going to be my podcast soon. I so I don't want to when is the link going to be available? Monday.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll share with my compatriots.
Well, thank you very much, Matle, for joining us. I'm not letting you go and honor the invite. Thank you very much, guys. Western podcast with the twins, the Matle. The hustler. Now give me the hustler. The hustler. So guys,
from today's best.
Hey, can I find today? Hey, what's funny?
Mr. Malipani.
Hey, what have you done? Look what you have done.
Mr. Kale, kuka mtu special. Adios.